Yes. Now, can you tell me the distinguishing parameters of thermoset and thermoplastic? In first case, in case of thermoplastic polymers, their long molecular chain are not chemically interconnected and held in place of weak secondary bonds like van der Waals bonds. Whereas thermosets are generally liquid resins which are heat activated to achieve cross-linking of the molecules. So you can write distinguish, first distinguish, you can talk about the bonding between the interconnected links, right? How the thermoplastic is connected and how the thermoset is being connected. Okay. Next, coming to the thermoplastics are solids which have been melted by heating, molded to desired shape and cooled. Because of the different chemical structure, thermosets and thermoplastics have unique properties. So you find thermoplastics have how it been obtained, on heating process, and it can be molded into any desired shape. But they say that thermosets are more rigid. Thermosets are very rigid. They are very rigid because of their bonding property. They are very rigid, and than thermoplastics due to their cross-linked chemical structure and cannot be remelted by heating. It cannot be remelted. Whereas melting again and again, melting thermoplastic, you can get into the desired shape. But in case of thermoset, it is not possible to remelt and get into the desired shape, students. That is the unique difference what you find. That is what. Whereas thermoplastic can be remelted by heating. Thermoset polymers have good thermal stability. So good thermal stability a thermoset has, and chemical resistance. They exhibit reduced creep and stress relaxation compared to thermoplastic. Because of rigid property, the thermoset has rigid property, isn't it? It has got rigid property, so you find the creep and stress not taking place as you find in thermoplastic. Thermoplastic will frequently undergo with the creep and stress relaxation. And one more important point is thermosets have short shelf life after mixing with curing agents and low strain to failure and impact strength. Correct. Why do you say, students, thermoset has a low short shelf life? Can you give me a reason? Can you give me a reason, students? Can you give me a reason? Yes. Can you give me a reason why thermosets have short shelf life after mixing with curing agents? Because there is a reaction, rigorous reaction taking place between thermosets and the agents, whatever the curing agents or whatever the catalyst or whatever the chemical added. For example, I am using it in case of cement along with a binder. There is a definite reaction taking place with the thermoset and the cement. Therefore, it will have a short shelf life, and hence induce failure and impact low strength. Thermoplastic polymers, on the other hand, have high impact strength, high resistance and strain to failure. So this is the absolute difference between the two, telling that it is thermoset and thermoplastic. Did you follow, students? Did you follow? Did you follow, students? There are 42 students in the
Yes, ma'am.
class. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to understand between the difference. This is very important question asking the difference between thermosets and thermoplastics. They are the polymers. So moving down further, we can see that thermoset polymers. What is thermoset polymers? When I say thermoset polymers, students, you should get this picture. Thermoset polymers, you should get this picture. Okay, you should get this picture of cross links and all, and they are rigid and the property of it, and they exhibit what type of strength, low strength or high strength? Thermosets.
Hi, student.
Thermosets will induce a low impact strength. Very frequently it will undergo failure because of the chemical reaction taking place. It is very affinity towards the chemical reaction. So you find the low strength taking up. The most commonly used thermosets. What are the different types of polymers available in market as thermosets are polyester resins, vinyl ester resins and epoxy resins. Don't forget student what we are talking about. We were talking about the alternate building materials, right? In alternate building materials we were looking for natural fibers and different types of fibers. Then we started with a fiber composite, isn't it? We started with the fiber composite. In fiber polymer composites, we have thermosets and thermoresins. In this thermoset in market available is polyester resins. These will induce the strength towards the concrete. Polyester resin, vinyl ester resin, epoxy resins. So to understand each, see these are all being manufactured. It is been synthesized. A better word to say as synthesized. It is synthesized, and let us understand one by one what is polyester resin. They are formed by condensation polymerization of a diacid with dialcohol by the elimination of water between the acids and alcohols. Ester linkages are formed. The resulting molecular chain of alternate acid and alcohol molecules is collectively called as polyester resin. The polyester resin has been defined with their chemical description about the polymerization and what other chemicals is being used to form or to synthesize polyester resin. Basically, we require a diacid and a alcohol. Along with that, we have to eliminate the amount of water content. Whenever we polymerize, some amount of water content will be eliminated, which will be between the acids and alcohols, diacid and dialcohol. Then linkages will be formed. Then resulting polymer chain of alternate acid and alcohol molecules is called as polyester. Because once you mix up, this polymerization takes place between diacid and dialcohol, you find that some amount of water will be liberated. That amount has to be eliminated, right, between the acids. Therefore, the resulting molecular chain, some molecular chain like this, it cannot be seen, students. It is like highly microscope. The resulting chain of alternate acid and alcohol molecules is called as polyester resin. The cross-linking occurs by the addition of polymerization reaction. Cross-linking means you have a link developed. You have a link developed. You will find the link. The cross-linking occurs by the addition of polymerization reaction. A molecule that readily produces free radicals initiate the cross-linking reaction. Now, we should understand how the cross-links will be developed, right? So it occurs by addition of polymerization reaction. It is already polymerization is taking place between diacid and dialcohol. But along with that, the cross-linking occurs by the addition of polymerization reaction. The reaction is already there in the main chain. This is the main chain. This is main chain which is taking place, the polymerization. And already this polymerization, initially when we add this diacid and dialcohol, students, there is an initiation of cross-links reaction also, right? So the cross-linking occurs by the addition of polymerization reaction. A molecule that readily produces free radicals initiate. So how it is forming? You find the free radicals. The reaction, whatever it is forming between the acid and the alcohol, you find some amount of radicals have been liberated. These radicals are the reason behind to generate the cross-link reactions. Polyester resins are cheapest resins suitable for making FRP, fiber reinforced polymer composites for civil engineering applications. I was telling you, student, in the last many classes that research has been exhausted in civil engineering. You find this is one of the type of plastic only. I'm telling student, it's a plastic fiber. You find something like this plastic fiber. You find some plastic fibers, right, available. You can order on your online and get that. These polyester resins can be used in the concrete as a fiber material. Stearine reactivity dilute is added to the resulting polymer liquids to reduce viscosity. Viscosity is nothing but flowing when it is being getting heated up, because the concrete is completely alkaline in nature, students, alkaline in nature, right? Alkaline. To overcome that, to reduce that, some dilutes will be added together along with the concrete polyester resin. Some diluents will be added together. The orthopatholic resins have low thermal stability and chemical resistance. So this is orthopatholic resin is one of the type of polyester resin which can be used because of its low thermal stability and chemical resistance. But low thermal resistance stability is a big important, because since it is in alkaline in nature, the concrete, you cannot think of using such a material along with the concrete. But because of its durable aspect, durability is very important. Durability is very important, which may not be there for longer time. So further moving down, you find even isophthalic resins which have chemical and thermal resistance. This is very much good. So isophthalic resins are also available. The properties of polyester resins depend strongly on the cross links. See, cross links, polyester resins, the property of the polyester resins depends upon the cross-link density. Like for example, increasing the density of a cross-link improve the elastic modulus, glass transition temperature and thermal stability, but reduces the strain at failure and impact energy. That is the property of the thermoset, because it is having a reduced strain at failure and impact energy. But when you are using polyester resin as a property, it has got a very good Young's modulus and density of cross-link, right? Right, students, what we are discussing on? Can you tell me what we are discussing on? Can you tell me what we are discussing on? Anybody in the class? Anybody in the class?
Polyester resin.
Yes.
Polyester resins.
Polyester resins. Next we'll understand what is vinyl ester resins. These are all being used in your research work in the concrete to improve the strength of the concrete as a polymer, right? As a polymer, we use it. Actually, some research, what they do it, they synthesize in the lab itself. They synthesize, and it will be added in the what do you say, in moles, in number of moles, percentage of calculation of moles will be done. When we want to mix this to the concrete, we have to check the mole value. Okay, that will be done at a higher level, but we'll understand what the each resins is. So coming to vinyl ester resins, these resins are derived from the action of bisphenol A diglycidyl ether. Diglycidyl ether with alkalic or methacrylic acid. So how it is being derived and all that, you have one chemical which is called as biphenol A diglycidyl ether along with alkalic or methacrylic acid. Vinyl esters are classified separately from polyesters due to their enhanced mechanical properties. So this is what we are looking. We are looking for some chemical reaction which will give us the mechanical property. Finally, what are the mechanical properties? We are measuring in terms of compression, isn't it? We are measuring in terms of compression. They offer excellent physical strength and in general possess much better impact and thermal shock resistance than polyester resins. So this vinyl ester resins proves to be better than polyester resins in terms of thermal shock resistance and better impact strength. A unique characteristics of vinyl ester is that it consists of OH hydroxide group along its length. This is the chain. This is a long chain, right? Something like this. You find this, and you find in between cross links. These cross links have been connected with a strong bond. So this is a thermoset. One of the thermostat as a property, I can tell it as one example is vinyl ester resin only. This vinyl ester resin again has a very good property when compared to what? When compared to polyester resin, right? And a unique characteristic of vinyl ester is that it contains a number of OH hydroxyl group. Along its length, you find OH group being distributed. OH group is distributed. Along its length means along the long chain, which can perform or form physical bonds with similar groups on the glass fiber surface, resulting in excellent wet out and good adhesion with glass fibers. So one of the unique property what is being expressed in vinyl ester is having OH. When it is having a OH as a hydroxyl group, you can readily use it as on the surface of the glass fibers. You can use it glass fiber surface. It can be used it, and it can be excellent in wet out and good adhesion with the glass fibers. So it is proving a good binding property with glass fibers. I hope we are discussed about the glass fiber in the previous class, also about glass fiber. When we are coming across different fibers, we discussed about the glass fibers. So in this glass fibers, we can, because this vinyl ester resin will add on to the glass fibers in physical properties, and because of its OH hydroxyl group being present on the main long chain. So therefore a physical bond will be developed. With the glass fiber. That is a very unique property of vinyl ester resins. Okay. Did you follow the students? We'll move on to the epoxy. Yes. Now coming to the last type of thermoset. We are not talking about thermoset only, student, not thermoplastic. In thermoset we have three different types, and coming to the last type, it is epoxy resin. These resins are generally manufactured by reacting epichlorohydrin with bisphenol A. So you'll be having manufactured by reacting epichlorohydrin with bisphenol A. Varying the proportion of these two reactions forms different resins. Very nice, right? I can have 30% of epoxy chlorohydrin, then plus 70% of bisphenol A. So I can get varieties of epoxy resins. Resins in the laboratory. So I keep on changing. I can keep on changing to 20%, 60%, 40%, and all that. Varying the proportions of two reactants form different resins. Epoxies possess many desirable properties like excellent adhesion. Adhesion is very because it has to stick on. Adhesion is very good property, like a glue. It will act as a glue. Strength, very good strength. Low shrinkage is very good. And corrosion protection and processing versatility, right? So it is having a very good properties like adhesion, strength, low shrinkage. Corrosion protection is very important, students, because your beams, whatever you are casting beams, will have the slabs or the beams you are using. It has got the reinforcement because of alkaline nature of the cement, right? Cementization, you find corrosion being taking place. So to overcome that, we can also add epoxy resin because of its corrosion protection. And processing versatility is nothing but you have a good durability throughout. Versatility, you can talk about the durability process. These resins are expensive compared to polyesters. So they are even, because very good properties you find expensive in nature. So these are the three different types of resins or the types of thermosets available with us in the market which can be used. And the fourth type, you may say, ma'am, why it is only 1, 2, 3, three types. Fourth type you can really think of at your research level, referring some chemicals and which is favoring to the construction, you can always think. Okay, what are the three different types of polysets you find, students? What are the different types of three different types of polysets? Yes, three different types. What we find? We find polyester resins, vinyl ester resins, and epoxy resins. So based on their chemical reaction and their initial property, they vary from each other. Is that all clear to you, students? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, good. Thank you. Now coming to the next, fillers and other additives. Now I cannot keep thinking about one or the other material only in terms of polymers. I have to think about the fillers. Right? We have to think about the fillers, how these fillers will act, what are the functions of the fillers, we will understand. Fillers and other additives, like you have a polymers, you should have a filler together. You should have a filler together to make a complete the polymer, to complete the polymer. Fillers are added to thermoset polymeric matrix for one of the following reasons, one or more the following reasons. That is, you have any doubt, anybody? Okay. That is for one of the following reasons, that is reduced cost, increased stiffness, reduced mold shrinkage, control viscosity, produce smoother surface. These are the very important fillers functioning. For what purpose I'm using fillers? It is only because of reduce. I cannot have the chemical reactions or the reactants throughout. Correct now? If I say this is a polymer, I cannot have a chemical reaction throughout. I should have, along with this, I should have some filler materials. So it can, if I'm having only chemical reaction throughout, it is very costly. It becomes very costly. Therefore, I have to add some. I'll change the color. I should add some fillers, right? So which will contribute to the reduced cost, which will increase the stiffness. Stiffness will be increased. Reduce mold shrinkage. Definitely it will reduce the shrinkage. It will reduce the shrinkage. Yes or no? Do you agree with that? If you have a, for example, you chew your bubble gum. Chew your bubble gum. Yes or no? No answer. You don't chew any bubble gum.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you chew. Now, if you take the bubble gum and try to expand it, okay? Fine, you expand it apply tensile load on either side. It will easily get expanded, isn't it? Shrinkage will be, sorry, elongation. Let me talk about elongation. Elongation will be X. Correct? Now I'll take the same bubble gum, right? I'll take the same bubble gum. I'll take one wooden plate attached to it. Students, I'm wooden plank. Right? I'm nailing these two. You're getting the same bubble gum. I'm taking here. I'm fixing it to the wooden plank. Okay? And nailing together. Correct? Now, I'll apply force. A tensile force only I'll apply. I'll call this as X, this one, and this to be X1. Now tell me which one will be having a greater elongation. Greater elongation. You got my question, students? I take a bubble gum which is having an elastic property and apply some load. It will stretch. Let me call that elongation as X. Only the bubble gum. Next, I'll take the new bubble gum. I'll stuck that bubble gum to a wooden plank. Okay, and apply the load, and that will stretch to X1. Now, which extension or elongation will be there maximum? Either X will extend more or X1 will extend more.
X.
Yes, X will extend more because it is pure, it is having no resistance. Because whereas here X1 is having resistance because of wooden plank. Correct? So that is how, therefore what happens? Reduction in elongation is taking place. In the same way, when I'm adding some fillers, reduction in mold also will, reduction in shrinkage also will takes place on the same basis, And for example, I think the polymer, yes, of course, the polymer will have viscosity. Viscosity is what you say mean by viscosity, students? Viscosity, a literal meaning? Viscosity is easy to flow, isn't it? Easy to flow according to FM and HM and all that. What do you understand, viscosity? Easy to flow.
It's a resistance against flow.
Yes, it is the resistance against the flow. Correct. Now, when I am adding these fillers, all right, what happens to the viscosity? Will be reduced or it will allow to flow? When I am adding the filler materials, it will reduce. So it is called as controlled viscosity. Controlled viscosity, right? Did you understand these points? And produce smoother surface. Definitely, when I'm adding a filler material to the polymer, definitely the surface will be increased. Smoother surface will be induced. So why we are adding the fillers to the polymers is these are the basic reasons. The most common filler for polyester and vinyl ester resin is calcium carbonate. So which filler, ma'am? Which filler we are adding? The most common filler for polyester and vinyl filler is calcium carbonate, which is used to reduce the cost as well as mold shrinkage. What is called along with this polymer, right? You have a polymer like this. Polymer means you should get an idea like a chain with the cross links. So along with this, I'm adding what? Calcium carbonate to this, calcium CaCO3, calcium carbonate. So what happens? All the properties will increase for the polymers. For the polymers, it will increase. Other materials employed as fillers are clay, mica, and glass microspheres. Mica, you know, which is what is a material mica in your geology? Mica. They're the very thin sheets you would have come across in your school life also. There's very thin sheets. Thin sheets, it is of silica only in nature. Silica. But it has, this mica has to be added with pozzolana. Then only it is possible to use it as a pozzolana material, mica. And glass microfibers. Students, microspheres you find available in the market. They are very, very minute in structure, but we don't advise anybody to use that at undergraduate level, but you can use it as one of the resource as a pozzolana. But very carefully we have to handle that glass microspheres. Even though fillers increase modulus, they reduce strength and impacts resistance of cured resin. So why it will reduce, students? Why it will reduce the strength? Why? Because we are talking about the thermoset polymers. What happened? What is the basic property of thermoset polymers? They have low impact energy, low impact, low strain. Why? Because of high chemical reaction taking place to find the bond. All the contribution of the chemicals is towards the bonding taking place within the polymers. So you find the low strength or strain taking place in what? Thermosets. We are all talking about the thermosets here. In addition to fillers, colorants, flame retardants, and UV absorbers are also added to the resins. These are additional information which can be taken. But along with this additives, we can also add these different types of chemicals to increase the property. Right? Did you all understand, students, how to increase the strength of polymers? Yes, what are the different types of polymers? They are thermoset and thermoplastic. In thermoset, you have different three types, and how to improve the properties of the thermoset types? We can use a filler material. Filler material, what is the purpose of using filler material? It is the 5 basic properties for which you have to look for as a filler material. As a filler material, we are talking about calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate. Did you all follow, students? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Now
Yes,
we'll
ma'am.
move on to the, yes, very good. Now we'll move on to the, I think today yesterday I think I posted the assignment. Yes, you all got?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and you start writing, and those questions, I think 7 questions or 6 questions I have given. You can refer the notes what I have given. If not, no ma'am, I want to refer some other material from Google search and write. You please write. I'm encouraged to write. I'll encourage you to write. Download the journals. In journal also you find the notes available, right? Journal papers. Just type the question, whatever the important terminologies of the question, then you see journals will open. You can read those journals. Therefore, you can improve your skills. Okay, students. Fine. Everything all good, going on good with the classes and all. Your test is there on 28th. Correct now?
Yes, ma'am.
So perform well,
Yes, ma'am.
and yes, perform well and take part positively. Correct? Next, we'll next move on to the reinforcing fibers. So we have reinforcing fibers as reinforcements in the form of fibers, particles, or whiskers are used with resin systems to improve the mechanical properties of resins and to produce unusable products. So to improve the properties, we have to use some reinforcing fibers along with the resins to talk about the importance of the mechanical property, to improve the mechanical property. By far the most important fibers used with polyester and epoxy resins is glass fiber, correct? Till now we said glass fiber because epoxy resins and polyester, they have that addition or bonding can be made easily with the glass fibers. Glass fibers, you remember, students? Yes or no? Nenpidia glass
Yes, ma'am.
fibers, oh. I'll take you there. Different types of fibers.
Yes, ma'am.
Mineral fibers, polymeric fibers. No, we are not discussed about, but we discussed about polymeric fibers and metallic fibers. Mineral and natural fibers are the natural existing fibers, right? Metallic fibers and polymeric fibers we have discussed, and glass fibers. I think somewhere we spoke about glass fibers. Am I correct? Polymeric. Yes, here mineral fibers, under mineral fibers. In glass fibers, e-glass and soda lime glass fibers were employed to reinforce cement based composites. So both E-glass and A-glass fibers are found to lose their strength in the alkaline environment. Alkaline because doesn't exhibit alkaline in nature. The need for alkaline resistant resulted in the development of alkaline resistant glass AR. AR glasses was generated. So E-glass and A-glass, though they are available, but not good enough in the alkaline nature. So to overcome that, we manufactured AR glass. So keeping this glass fiber, because polymer fibers are very much gel with the glass fibers. Yes, here. So by far, like is glass fiber, which is available in a variety of forms like rovings, woven wings, clothes, and random chopped fiber mats. That is what I said you, like you find in rolling mat, you find this glass fibers available in the rolling mat. You can go purchase in the market, ask for the same, or online you can book it. The glass fibers are made available in any way, in any form. Rovings, woven rovings, cloth, random chopped, any way you want, you can, it is available. In recent years, high strength carbon fibers and polymerate fibers have found increasing use in the manufacture of composite materials for a variety of application. Natural fibers such as jute and sisal are also being made available as a thermosetting resins, So these are the different fibers, types of fibers which can be used in the polymers, right? Especially we go with the glass fibers which are available in different varieties, and also you find natural fibers like jute and sisal can also be used in thermosetting resins, only to increase the strength and the density of the fibers. That is the basic necessary of the fibers. So these are the different applications talking about, like FRP composites have found application in various branches of engineering and technology. And they are all talking about, like, that is what, due to its corrosion resistant property, it is highly recommended in chemical industries. It is also used in sports equipment like tennis racket and all that. It is also used in biomedical engineering. FRP rods have been used in the reinforcing concrete. That is what pultrated FRP rods. You find this is concrete spread in a beam, and you find the reinforcement. Around the reinforcement, students, we have to use this resins. You have to use this resins because these resins are highly corrosive resistant. So but reinforcement get corroded very easily, right? So to overcome that, we have to use this FRP. But what happens, there is a challenging task in this beam. What we do is, in concrete which is being spread out uniformly throughout, also spreads out this resins uniformly throughout. FRP rods throughout. You find rods to be embedded. FRP rods being embedded throughout. So instead you can have a duct. And you can keep that resins within this margin of reinforcement so that it can be protective against corrosion. It can be possible be done. And if you strike on your Google search FRP, you find number of papers coming out, students, okay? No need to worry about it. And further, you have next forthcoming is regarding building materials from agro and industrial waste. Okay, I'll be talking about this in the next class. Any doubt you have, students? Anything for discussion? Yes. Building materials from agro and industrial waste. Agro means agricultural and industrial waste. See, on 28th you have an IA test. You will be having second module, third module, and fourth module, students. That is half of the second module, full portion of third module, and half portion of fourth module. Follow the assignments what I give. You'll perform very well. And prepare yourself every day without leaving a gap, thinking that anyhow they'll be offline, they'll not be offline, that this and all that. Don't make assumptions on your own. So prepare seriously for the class internals. It will be as equivalent to your examination, students. Okay, your examination preparation, you don't have separate time. You have to make it in your internal time only. Correct? Everybody in the class. Bhumika, you are there in the class. Bhumika? Yes, Bhumika? Guraj is on phone. I'll remove this. Bhumika is not there in the class? Manoj? Manoj? Ambika?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? You mentioned something? Ambika? Now, Ambika, give me a question. Frame a question. Ambika, you can frame a question on the topic what we discussed right now in this class. We discussed so many topics, right? And now you can frame a question so that other classmate will answer for the same. Question goes to Ambika. Yes? Am I audible to you all? Suchitra? Suchitra?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes. Can you frame a question on the lecture what you heard in this class? Suchitra? You were there attentive in the class throughout? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now frame a question on that. Frame a question. Frame a question on that. I don't have much time. Be prepared, everyone. Be prepared with a question. I will ask everyone. No, Suchitra, you cannot. Kirtana PS. Kirtana PS.
Kirtana is present, ma'am.
Yes, tell me now. Frame a question. The same question follows to you. Naina? Naina?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, frame a question on this class lecture.
Yes. Yes.
Quickly, you don't have much time. Shreyas TK. Varun CK. So I'll mark everybody absent here. Those who are not responding, those who are not giving me the answer. What should I do?
Ma'am,
Tell me, Naina. Attempt, no problem. I'll correct you.
explain reinforcing fiber and explain the manufacturers of reinforcing fibers.
Okay, very good. Now, who has to answer this question, Naina? Naina, pass on the answer question to this. Whom you want, Naina, to answer this question? Naina?
Yes, ma'am.
Whom you would like to answer this question?
Ma'am, you only told, ma'am.
No. You ask somebody to answer this question. For the question what you have framed, answer has to be given. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Whom you would suggest? Quickly. Don't have much time.
Kirtana PS, ma'am.
Kirtana PS. Answer this question. Repeat, Naina, the question. Naina, repeat the question.
Ma'am, explain the reinforcing fibers and the manufacturing process of reinforcing fibers.
Yes. Kirtana PS. Unmute yourself, Kirtana PS, and answer this.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Please answer. Answer quickly. Anybody else other than Kirtana? Boys? Shravan Nayak. Shravan Nayak. This is easy way to go silent, right? Huh? Very easy. You should have some minimum courtesy or minimum ethics or basics to respond when madam is calling. Correct? When you message, don't I reply? Whether it is happening or not happening, it is possible with me or not, don't I reply, give a reply back? It's a minimum decency you have to keep yourself. Shravan Nayak.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes. Shravan Nayak answered the question asked. So next class onwards, yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, having some network issue, I can't.
Yeah. I didn't get you, Shravan Nayak.
Ma'am, it's buffering while asking question.
Okay, fine. Next class, you be attentive. Everybody in the class. This is the class which will go on like this. One has to frame the question, one has to answer the question on the same class. Okay. And everyone has to answer back. Not that you keep quiet. Clear? Please answer your attendance. Kishan Kumar. Ravin Kumar. Pawan BR.
Present, ma'am.
Chandan?
Present, ma'am.
Yes.
Present, ma'am.
Why didn't you answer Shreyas when I called you? Huh?
Ma'am.
I called your name, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Then? Chetan Kumar?
Present, ma'am.
Darshan? Navneet?
Present, ma'am.
Sujit? You can leave the class, students. Those who are finished with the attendance, you can leave. Sujit? Aditya?
Present, ma'am.
Ajit Kumar?
Present, ma'am.
Akshay? Ambika?
Ma'am, Akshay present, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Arjun?
Present, ma'am.
Putra?
Present, ma'am.
Balaji?
Present, ma'am.
Bharat? Bhumika?
Present, ma'am.
Chirag? Dhanashar?
Present, ma'am.
Ita?
Present, ma'am.
Gururaj?
Present, ma'am.
Gururaj, you were on call. Should I give you attendance?
Ma'am?
You were on call. Hari Prasad?
Present, ma'am.
Hari Prasad?
Ma'am, Guru Raj.
Hari Prasad?
Present, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Kaushik?
Present, ma'am.
Kirtana?
Present, ma'am.
Kirtana PS?
Present, ma'am.
Kiran Kumar?
Present, ma'am.
Kishore Kumar?
Present, ma'am.
Lalit? Mahesh? Manoj?
Present, ma'am.
Manoj Nandan?
Present, ma'am.
Mansoor Ahmed?
Present, ma'am.
Meena?
Present, ma'am.
Nandish?
Present, ma'am.
Nandish Gowda?
Present, ma'am.
Naina? Nirup?
Present,
Present,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Nivedita?
Present, ma'am.
Pooja?
Present, ma'am.
Prajwal?
Yes, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Nicholas? Nitin?
Present, ma'am.
Where were you, Punit? In the class? You were on phone.
Ma'am, no,
Nishant?
ma'am.
Nishant? Sachin brother?
Present,
Sai Chandu?
present, ma'am.
Pavan Nair?
Present, ma'am.
Avani?
Present, ma'am.
Sachin, there are present.
Sirisha?
Yes,
Prakash? Chitra?
ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Shushmita M?
Present, ma'am.
R? Varshita?
Sachin, brother, present.
CK?
Ma'am, Suchitra present, ma'am.
KP?
Arun KP, present, ma'am.
Yashashwini?
Present, ma'am.
Shekhar?
Ma'am, present, ma'am.
Milan? Milan Wahid? Hushin Khan? Momin Ishar?
Present, ma'am.
Hussain Masjid.
Present, ma'am.
Nanda.
Present, ma'am.
Nandarsha.
Present, ma'am.
Shekhar K. Okay. Now who has
Ma'am,
to
Varun
give?
CK present.
Varun CK. Then.
Gururaj present.
Suchitra.
Huh? Sachin Biradar.
Ma'am,
Okay.
Suchitra is
Ma'am,
present.
Gururaj present, ma'am.
Gurraj, you were on call, right? Gurraj.
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಅವಾಗ ಇದು ನೀವು ಕರ್ದಿದ್ ಕೇಳಿಸಿಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಕಾಲ್ ಬಂತು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋದಟ್ಟಿಗೆ
ಗುರುರಾಜ್ ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನ ಕರ್ದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ಹೂ ವಾಸ್ ಆನ್ ಫೋನ್ ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನಾನು ಈ ಪಾಠ ಬಡ್ಕೊಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಯು ಆರ್ ಆನ್ ಫೋನ್ ಸೋ ಈಸಿಲಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಕಾಲ್ ಬಂತು ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಇವತ್ತೇ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು. ಇಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ಫೇಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಅಂತ ಇದು ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ನಿಮ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ ನಮಗೆ ಬರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
ನನಗೆ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೇಳಿ ಮತ್ತೆ, ಆಯ್ತಾ?
ಸರಿ
ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನೀವು?
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
ಗುರುರಾಜ್. ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ
ಓಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.